John. Just wondering your thoughts if you guys don't have to if you guys don't have Austin Matthews tomorrow.
Yeah, not ideal for sure. But we've had games without him over the last few years at times. So draw on those experiences and just opportunity for everyone to raise their game. And obviously never going to replace the type of player that he is, the impact he makes. But, everyone can look to do a little more, make the most of the opportunity.
I just wonder if your thoughts on facing Zach Hyman for the first time, if that happens.
Yeah, it'll be different for sure. Obviously, became a very good friend. Was a great teammate here, a big part of the team here while he was here, and then certainly my years here. So definitely be different. How good he is on the forecheck and his all-around game defensively. How much of a beast he can be on the puck and difficult that way. So that'll be a challenge, no doubt. But we'll try to get to our game and be as prepared as we can be to go out there and execute and play on our terms.
Cheers.
Next up, we'll go to Jonas Siegel with The Athletic. Go ahead, Jonas.
Hey, John, I was just curious, when do you decide you want to get extra shots up after practice? Like, is there something that motivates that on a particular day?
Yeah, I mean, some days, you feel you just want a little better timing, a little better rhythm. We obviously haven't played a lot of hockey, a lot of games as of late. So, you got a little bit more energy, a little bit can be, look to up the workload on a practice day like today to do a little bit more individual work. Obviously, we've done a lot more of the skill work or individual work before practices, quite a bit over Kiefer's time here. So, that's obviously added into our workload and whatnot, and trying to be mindful of that. But day like today for me, especially, we've only had one game in the last little while. For tomorrow, sometimes you just want to get a better feel for things.
And is the skill work a choice that you guys can make as far as what kind of work you want to get in before or after practice?
I think it's a combination of many things. I think things we're looking to implement throughout what the coaching staff wants and the structure that we're playing within, and then certainly with the development team we have and the performance side of things, the feedback they want from us, and what guys are looking for individually, their style of game and their role in the team and how they can make certain impacts. Those communications go on daily. It's a great part about being here is just always working on everyone's game from obviously the group standpoint, but everyone individually and how that can continue on, not just when you're in the off season, have time to work on things, but throughout the year to stay sharp or make adjustments and stay on top of it.
Next up, we'll go to Josh Clipperton with the Canadian Press. Go ahead, Josh.
John, just go back to tomorrow's game. A lot of fans would have this one circled. McDavid, Matthews, national TV game, full building. You guys have a job to do, but what's the level of disappointment, and how do you get past that if it does exist, knowing it's going to be an empty building and we're sort of back to where we were last year in some ways?
Well, it's just out of our control. So, getting negative about it or down on it and putting a lot of energy there just doesn't make sense in terms of being ready to play and the challenge that tomorrow presents. I think no doubt everyone's disappointed. We know how significant it is, how special it is to play in the National Hockey League, play in a full building, especially here in Toronto. It Leafs Nation and just the type of buzz and the enjoyment of playing at home with our fans and whatnot. So it is what it is. We'll just have to adapt and just focus on what goes on between the boards. That's really what's in our control. So hopefully it doesn't last longer than it needs to.
I know you guys probably don't pay as close attention to the West Coast teams or Western Conference teams as you do the East, but Edmonton's on the slide here. You guys played them before your outbreak. What do you take away from that, and what have you seen from them?
Well, I haven't watched too much of their games, but I think whether things we review and preparing for them or just generally following the league from day to day, they haven't been getting the results or maybe feel good about their game or what's going on, but you're talking about two of the best players in the world with a really good group around them that competes really hard, play really structured, and we'll be ready to play tomorrow. So we have to be at our best, and you don't ever take these guys or anyone in the league for granted, but certainly two guys that can change things in a matter of one play or one shift. So we got to be dialed in and ready to go.
And last one here, we'll go to Terry Cochet, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Terry.
John, just a quick one for you. I know, a lot of it are changeable parts at forward, but what adjustments do you need to make as a center when you have two new wingers tomorrow night, or does that really come into the equation for you?
Well, yeah, you want to have familiarity, I think, with the style of players you're playing with, but at the same time, I don't think you want to overthink it or try to do too much differently. Stick to what brings you success and how you can impact the game, and obviously trying to find ways to work off your line mates and make them better. I played quite a bit with Mitchie over my time here. Periodically with bunts throughout this year. So there's some really good familiarity there, and just go out there and impact my game, prepare the best that I possibly can, and like I said, not try to do too much. I think just stick to one shift at a time, knowing your role and responsibility, and competing hard.
Thanks.